Here we go. March 27th, 2016. Undead from Cleveland, you're listening to the Easter Special Video Game News Radio with your host, Kevin Baird.
Your professional Brian Baird.
The unprofessional Don Anderson.
And the just along for the ride, Larry Mack.
Just a Larry Mack.
I had a late start getting the show going today. I had to try to fix. I had a weird problem where a computer that I was working on, the CD drive just didn't show up on Windows. It was in the BIOS, but it just wouldn't show up on Windows, and I couldn't figure out why. And I did all the usual things you would think to do, like I checked the device manager and the computer management and ran through a bunch of troubleshooting things. Nothing. Windows just doesn't want to see it. I took it apart, opened it up. It was plugged in right. BIOS saw it, but Windows, nope. And I know it's like some registry problem, but I didn't have time to fix it. But that kind of got me to be late. So I know nobody cares because you're all listening to this pre-recorded because you're spending your Easter at home, laying there, holding your belly.
Goddamn right.
You ate too much.
After I had my big
ham.
feast of nuclear meals, which means I went in the microwave.
Your ham meal.
No, I didn't have that.
Ham fists.
I actually I had to go grocery shopping because we didn't have any food, and I got there, and I walked in, and one of the guys I worked with was like, we're only open for another 30 minutes. I'm like, that's fine. I was done in 15. Because I'm a guy. Guys don't take that long. Girls?
Right.
Oh, no.
As soon as the guy tells you got 30 minutes, you've already got the plan in your head. You're like, okay, I just got to grab
done.
this.
And then you go home and you explain to everybody, like, I didn't get everything because the store closed in 30 minutes.
But I got everything I wanted.
Yeah, pretty much. I got the food I eat and the drinks I drink. That's really all that mattered because, everybody else, when they work, they come home. There's still grocery stores are still open now. I get done. I'm in a hotel and I'm not near anything that has food that's, not on my fucking approved eating list.
Delicious.
Yeah,
food?
pretty much anything that has a taste, or could be regarded as food that people should properly eat, I can't have. I'm going to do it anyway, because fuck that,
Right.
Doctors. Bullshit.
Yep.
Doctors are bullshit. You're fine.
You can't even have, like, lettuce or something like that, because I'm sure there's some bad cholesterol. You have to have gruel. Watery gruel that you see fucking slaves fed in movies, and you're just like, ugh.
Asparagus. You have to have asparagus.
No.
Broccoli.
Nah.
Brussels sprouts.
No, pretty much nothing.
All the delicious pieces of...
And I was supposed to get exercise. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do that? At the end of a 14-hour workday? Yeah. I see me jogging in place, all 250 fucking pounds, running up and down in place with my fucking feet. Yeah. They look like fucking diver spins.
It's not the doctor's problem. He's just telling you what you got to do to survive.
First of all, my doctor is a she, because I am a 21st century boy. I'll have you know.
Well, that's your first problem.
No.
You got a woman doctor. She doesn't know what she's doing.
You're going to get us a spanking.
My doctor's a woman, too.
Behold my
Anyway, since you're talkative, why don't you tell us how your week was? We'll start with that.
Hey, fuck you, man. That's how my week was. Pretty much the same as it's been. Michigan, I got up there Monday, and, spend the night to Tuesday, get the rest of my truck unloaded, and everybody's like, hey, you probably want to get out of here before Wednesday. And normally I'm there till Wednesday, because there's a big fucking snowstorm. We're expecting 7 to 11 inches. Like 7-Eleven. So, needless to say, when people were trying to get a hold of me with hysterics, you need to make a pickup. You have to make the pickup. I just didn't hear it. So I came back. Nobody said anything. Then Thursday I went up to upstate New York, and it was beautiful. It was such a beautiful day. Sunshiny, wind. In fact, the wind blew so hard a couple of times I thought my truck was just going to tip over as I was going down the road. Did I slow down? I will answer that for you. No, I did not. And my truck, I got to work and it had a flat tire, so I got the loaner. And the loaner means I have to use a paper logbook instead of the computer logbook, which means, what does it mean?
You got to write.
Yeah, that was hard enough. But aside from that trickery, I was able to lie. So I left Thursday and came back Thursday. It's like 700, no. Wait, yeah. It's about almost 800 miles round trip. Did it one day. I came home. I was very tired. And then I was confused because I'm so used to not getting home until Friday, you know. And then I woke up, and normally when I wake up, it's, you know, Friday, but I'm in a hotel. So like the whole thing just like totally threw me off. I'm like, wait, I have all of Friday, all of Saturday, and all of Sunday. So I have half of Friday, like a regular peasant, you know, Saturday and Sunday off. And then I totally forgot this was Easter weekend because I don't give a shit. Because, you know, I'm not a little kid anymore. I get candy. In our house, my brother and I grew up in, of course, if you got candy, it was on Easter, and there was a chocolate rabbit and some chocolate eggs that you had to try to hide, and you would find them underneath the seat cushions later. Somehow they wasn't up there, and an egg. You had to eat the eggs.
Ugh.
You had to, and they were always like they weren't like golden but orangey in the middle. I have no idea. It's just gross.
Ugh.
And then, but you learned to put salt on just about everything, so it was fine. And then Halloween. And then our parents would go through our candy to decide which candy was poisoned and which was not. And the delicious candy was all poisoned, and the Jolly Ranchers and the Gobstoppers, you know.
The rolled up pennies was okay. The apple was okay, but all the chocolate was bad.
No, the apples and the pumpkin balls were immediately tossed out. I think somebody made, my mom was like, nah, this is rubbish. She just threw it out. You know, and then there's like the caramel. Remember those fucking Brock's caramels? You know, there was nothing caramely about them. You'd bite into them, and that was it. Your jaw wasn't going to open again until that shit melted away. So, you know, you're like, oh, that's under there. You're like, God damn it, Brian. You know. So, that was it. There was no sugar in our house unless we had an allowance, or you could steal the laundry money. You could run to the Quick Pick, and you'd buy, like, some god-awful sugariness. And you always got caught. And it was no wonder, because my brother and I would have fucking chocolate, and we would be like, ah, you know, because sugar. And that was a week in Brian Baird history.
Did you talk about having a fever and almost dying? Did I miss that part?
For fuck's sake. Yeah, like halfway through Friday, and then all of Saturday, I basically just laid around the house like, ah, you know, just...
Had to make grocery shopping on a Sunday.
In no way, shape, or form am I going to blame that on the delicious Reuben sandwich I got from Panini's, which was Christ-like. I mean, it was just unbelievably good.
You came back on Sunday?
On the third day, I rose again.
It came back
into the scriptures.
I ate it Friday, but it came back to me on Sunday.
Dude, that fucker could have sat on my fucking floor for a week, and I would have eaten it.
Right.
You know, it was like, but yeah, Saturday was just like I kept falling back asleep, no energy. You know, temperature, you know, it's hot. It was cold. It's hot. It's cold. I'm like, it's no wonder. You know, I get in the truck one day. You know, getting in and out, it's like 30 degrees, and then like 10 hours later, it's 60 fucking degrees. Then I go to bed, and the next morning it's 20 fucking degrees. It's like, what the fuck, man? Why are you sick? It's like, I wonder. That all my stores are down south, where it's like 90, I'm sure by now. So, but that's it.
Okay.
Who wants to take it next?
Johnny, tell us how your week went.
Yeah, fucker. Do it.
It was a busy week here at the Cheesecake Factory because it's spring break. What the hell was that?
That's
My
Kevin's.
werewolves.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, his leg's gone. Just go on without me. No, it was a busy week because of spring break. So I worked a lot and dealt with a lot of dumb people. And, yeah, it was like Brian said, it was Easter, so, you know, I got Sophie here all week. Her spring break is next week, so she's here. And she's in the other room, probably playing Grand Theft Auto or watching TV. And so, yeah, I got that to look forward to. More work and Sophie. But now all her friends are in school because they had spring break last week. All the people around here, all the Gillies kids and stuff, everybody I know who has kids, they're all off of spring break. She went on spring break. I've got nobody to watch her. So,
Awesome.
yeah. And then, I mean, I can just leave her here. You know, my parents are here. I can be like, just stay here and watch TV and hang out with Grandma and Grandpa.
Don't touch nothing.
Yeah. Oh, God, no, don't touch anything. And she'd be fine, but she wouldn't. So, you know, whatever. It was nice and warm today.
It was kind of, yeah.
I went to go do comedy Friday night. And when I got there, he says, oh, no, we're not doing it. Nobody showed up. I was the only guy to show up.
You could have just had the hour.
I could have, but I didn't. I got 3 minutes. I got a good solid 3 minutes, you know?
It's like a solid shit.
Wishy-washy.
Just do your solid 3 minutes on loop.
On a loop. Do it all over again. You know, I start the set with, I made a phone call, and then I finish the set, and then I'm like, so I made a phone call.
Like walk off the stage, grab a drink, and head back up.
Right.
Hey, we got some new people here.
Hey, you weren't here earlier. Listen to this story.
Just go off stage, take off your hat, come back on.
Yeah. Shave real quick. Guy
Yeah,
might
talk
be-
about how like the last guy sucked, didn't he?
that guy
Then
sucks.
you
So
use the
bad.
exact same material.
Right. I'll be like, that
I'm
guy.
going to show you how he should have done it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do his material for him. So, but that's it. That's all I got.
Larry, how was your week?
Pretty lame and unmemorable. I worked. I drank some beers at the Winking Lizard. I got fat. Yesterday was pretty well. Okay, so twice this week I actually did something. Went out to the Winking Lizard for a nice frigging 1 pound bacon cheeseburger and some beers. So that's always nice when you get a free meal. And then yesterday, so I had this plan where I was going to pick up my younger daughter and take her to see Grandma and Grandpa because my stepmother's brother had picked up something for Lizzie and sent it home with my stepmom when she was out there visiting. And so my daughter Lizzie was acting like dodgy about it all week. You know, why did he get me a present and not Kendall? And I'm like, it's not a present. Okay, he was at the store. He saw this. I don't even remember what it is. But he's like, oh, I bet you Kelsey would like that. So he bought it. It's not like it's a present. It's not like your sister is being shunned because now they're all weird because my sister has them convinced that everybody in the family shuns everybody because my sister likes to create drama. And my hell beast ex-wife enables it. So
Yeah.
she was acting dodgy about it all week, and so so we said it, and I was like, okay, I'll pick you up at 11. She's like, okay, and then like Thursday, she's like, could we do it later, like 3 or 4? Because I don't know if I'll be done with my plans. And I was like, well, we can't do it at 3 or 4 because I have plans for the evening, but we can do it a little later. She's like, well, I can probably be ready by 1, so how about 2? And I was like, okay, I'll see you at 2. So at 2, I text her that I'm on my way. She's like, I'm not even home. And I was like, that's awesome.
Sounds about right.
So at that point, I was like, well, pretend you're a grown-up and mature for a minute and let your grandma know that we're not coming. And then I said, screw it, I'll just go to Grandma and Grandpa's anyway by myself. She had a whole big hissy fit. So anyway, long story short, and I know it's too late for that, officially, neither of my children are speaking to me because my sister and my ex-wife have convinced them that I am the Antichrist. So, yay me.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What did they think you were before that?
What'd you just figure out Larry has a sister? We've uncovered that piece of information.
No,
Yeah.
I know he had his sister. It's like, goddamn, that's kind of
Yeah, that's
harsh.
It's just surprising that everybody doesn't like them all of a sudden. It's like, well, I didn't think they liked you anyways, but
right. Yeah. So,
Well, this
so
works
anyway,
out for you, though, doesn't it? Because now your weekends are in the clear, no kids. You don't
Well, I
got
mean, they basically were. I mean, in a way, it's kind of shitty because, like, my parents are actively trying to sell their house so they can retire to Florida at this point. And,
they don't want Larry going with them.
well, more importantly, once my dad and my stepmom moved down to Florida, and no, I'm not doing I'm not doing the sad woe is me Larry Mac. I will seriously have nobody up here. I will literally be alone in the universe with no friends or family.
Oh yeah, because thanks, appreciate that.
Oh, whatever. Couldn't nobody on this call right now give a shit if I live, die, or grow mushrooms out my ass?
You got mushrooms in your ass?
But anyway,
Well, who doesn't?
Larry always says this stuff, people. But if you were friends with Larry on Facebook, it's a non-stop assault of him at parties and drinking and
Hanging out with
bars
people.
and just,
anyway.
living the life, basically, of
He's free to go to Wasteland all weekend next week.
you would think Cleveland is just this amazing place of endless parties if Larry had his
Well,
way.
it is. You just got to know a guy.
Yeah, you got to hang out with Larry, apparently.
So anyway, after I visited my my parents a little bit. Went over to my buddy Warren's house, and a bunch of us went hiking out in the woods last night. Did an evil hike, middle, hiking in the dark in the woods.
Was it one of those hikes where like you all went out and then one guy goes, "Hey, look at this big empty ditch," and he turned around and you shot him as he fell into the ditch?
No. This was like a mellow kind of hike where we just
from over his face.
where we just go out in the woods, drink some beers,
Light a fire. Get out away
maybe
from
some people were lighting some fires for other stuff. I'm not saying I partake in such
It
things.
was a howl of a wolf. Oh!
And then, of course, as it starts to get dark and we're like out in the middle of nowhere, my buddy's like, "Okay, we should probably head back." And we're like, "Okay, we parked that way." We start heading off that way, and it is straight out of a horror movie because it's like, dudes, we have never crossed this sign before.
Yeah.
We're like, no, we have not. So my buddy busts out the GPS. He's like, "Okay, it should be that way." And I was like, there is just trees that way. There's no path. There is no nothing there.
Beyond the trees.
Saddest song ever. And we all sang that because we knew we were about to die from some crazy blood disease.
Yeah.
So we start heading off, and we're like, you know what? Maybe we should just go off-road and just bungle through the trees and not worry about the path because I'm sure it's over this way. And I gotta say, I now understand why everybody trips in those friggin' movies. Because every other step we were bouncing off of each other, tripping over something. And we finally, reached this one point, and I was like, okay, that is a tree line. Those are planted trees. Those do not grow like that. That has to be where we're going, right?
Christmas trees.
And they're like, well, I don't know. I still think it's this way. So I was like, you know what? I'll go that way. I'll do some recon.
Little stick figures hanging from the trees. Just look like people.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, it's only like 20
Fine
feet to
teeth
the
and
tree
red.
line, and then we'll see if that's the sledding hill. And like a half hour later, I'm still walking through trees and haven't reached that tree
The
line.
witches were burned.
I've now completely lost them. They're like, I heard them.
We got rid of them. They turned right back around and walked right back out of the woods. We got rid of Larry.
I'm like, cool. Well, I knew I was safe because I drove us there.
All right, now release the wall.
They clicked the button. They heard the car go. They were like, let him go.
Well, that's what it was. I finally broke through the tree line, and I'm in this big-ass field, and I yell back at them. I was like, dudes, I don't think this is the sledding hill. There's just a big-ass field.
And scarecrows.
And I can see like a couple like streetlights way off in the distance, so I just took out the remote from my car and hit it. And I saw the tail lights, and I was like, dude, I found the car. It's up there. So apparently the moral
Lights
of
in
that
the
story
farmhouse
is
come on.
I've got some nice range on the remote for my car because I was hitting it from a couple 100 yards away.
I was standing next to my car and it won't go off.
Yeah, I know. I gotta like fucking aim mine like a phaser before mine will. It's like, God damn it.
Mine was awesome. I was like, hey, that's pretty sweet because there's no way I thought it would work even if I was parked over there. So then we went back to his place, grabbed some pizzas, did some drinking, started watching that Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves.
Were they there? Or did you just like wait in their house, just eating their pizza?
No.
Just for yourself.
I got back to the car and drove back.
I'm
to his
first.
He got back to the car and drove through the woods to everybody. So, I
Yeah,
found
Drove
you.
through the farm, ripped out the undercarriage of his friend's car. Hey! Honk, honk, honk. Hey! Oh, it's stuck.
And no wonder everybody trips. This stuff's crazy.
Help! I'll get your car stuck. Gets to the house. Oh, there's food. Starts eating it, completely fucking blanks out because he's hungry. And then he falls into a fucking food coma. Meanwhile, his friends are trying to fucking get the car unstuck before the farmer with a shotgun reaches him. Like, son of a bitch. Fucking
Larry.
goddamn Prius fucking stuck in the mud. Son of a... Christ, that'd be awful.
Okay. Is that it?
Oh, so after we all
That
drank,
sounds awesome.
after we all did some drinking and smoking, we sat down to watch that Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Real boring.
Is it?
Like about an hour in, my buddy whose house, like the one dude was just passed out in the chair, like before we even started with the movie. My buddy whose house it was, he's like, you know what? If you guys want to keep watching this, cool. I'm going upstairs to bed. And the other three of us were like, nah, once he has like the threesome with the chicks, it's like, yeah, I think we've seen all we need to see. Because after that, they just like, basically two hot chicks show up at his house. threesome turns out they're crazy, and
Go figure.
like before they even get to the point where they're gonna like probably start murdering each other because it's an Eli Roth movie. They're just like those really fucking annoying chicks where like you wake up and they're still at your house and you're like, oh shit, that was real. I was really hoping I went to
The
your house.
annoying chicks that are still there the next morning.
It's like where you're like, I really wish I would have gone to your
Christ,
house
they're
instead.
still fucking here.
Because now you know where I live and
Ugh.
fuck.
That's the first mistake. It's weird because like the movie he made before that, I can't remember the name of
John
it.
Wick.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Awesome.
I loved that flick.
Yeah.
And then I heard that this one was kind of like,
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah, it's like a sort of decent premise, but it takes forever to get there, and the two chicks are just way too annoying, and you're like, you know what, Keanu? Tag me in, I'll fucking murder them for you, because I can't stand much more of this.
That guy's movies are like pretty hit and miss.
Yeah. It's either awesome or it's this.
It was Eli Roth flick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he made that one about.
Which are also hit or miss.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. It's like I saw his one about the earthquake in Chile, which took place, which was a really brutal fucking movie. It starts off like one of those like summer frat guy type movies, and all of a sudden it just really doesn't stay there long. It goes right to the darkest goddamn possible conclusion, And it's like, Jesus Christ, all kinds of crazy shit going on in that flick. But I still, because of how they showed it, I thought it was a really well made movie. Because it just showed how everything really fell apart really fast and how goddamn dark it can get when, there's natural disaster strikes and people are like, well, let's just go ahead and get rid of the rules altogether.
Every man for himself.
Yeah, I haven't seen his Cannibal movie or whatever the fuck that was. Cannibal Holocaust
His
wannabe.
remake of Cannibal Holocaust. Green Inferno.
Yeah, I kind of was just like, I think I have no interest.
Yeah, I mean, you can't improve on that movie.
I only saw it once. That was enough.
Okay.
How's your week, Kevin?
I went to the doctor, or I went and get my CAT scan on my lungs.
Jesus Christ. Did you
That
have
was
to
pretty
sit so long?
terrible, just because, like, I'm claustrophobic, and I had to be inside that donut. And it wasn't really that bad, but, like they, it's automated, so the voice is like, breathe in and hold your breath. And it seriously must have been about 2 minutes. It must have been about 2 minutes. Because I was like, I gotta fucking breathe here. I gotta breathe. Like, finally it let me breathe. So, but my heart rate must have been like 120 beats a minute or
Someone
something.
over there hitting the override button.
I was just like totally dying. So I gotta wait now to find out what the bad news is. And,
Kevin said he's like in one of those donuts. I just see him like, you see those guys inside those big holes holding on, their arms up. They look like the letter X, and then they're like spinning around, just like fucking random directions and shit.
one of those zero gravity fucking things.
Yeah, they just basically want to fuck with your equilibrium. They let you go. I can see you out there.
Except I'd be going
Clubbing
faster
around.
and faster trying to figure out how to get off of it.
Just let this big scream. Ah! All right, goddamn it, let him off.
It's really hard for me to just sit still.
The Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie.
2
when they were on
seconds.
the Flexomatic.
Yeah, I don't
Just
know.
said, hey, let me go.
I'm like so tall too, like the thing slides you in and out automatically, and my feet are smashing into the wall behind the thing. I'm like, well, if they had Melville in there, he'd probably have to sit
Just trying to
Indian
stick
style or something. I had to push my feet to the side. I don't know. She's probably going to get it back, and she's going to be like, "This is too blurry. You move around too much. You're going to have to get it done again." I'm like,
Go.
so that and I don't know. Did I do anything else? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Let's do the news.
It's just, yeah.
I can't think if I did anything. I mean, I went into work on Saturday. It's not exciting, and
Right.
yeah, played some games, but most of them aren't very good. They're not worth remarking on. So
No, I played more of that Battlefleet Gothic. They just released the Orcs. You can now play the Orc ships. And guess who's good at playing Orcs? That would be me. Graphics are still really good. I just got to remember not to run into asteroids. I'm just like, why the fuck can't they just figure that out for themselves? They gotta be dumb. But still really good graphics, great voice acting, that sort of shit.
Why do you gotta be dumb?
And it's in the beta, so I'm thinking it's they should release it.
And guess who's really good at playing Candy Crush Saga?
This guy.
Larry.
This guy, because that level I was bitching about, apparently other people bitched and they fixed it so you could actually possibly do it, and I did. So I've completed episode 99. I'm currently semi-stuck for like a day or so on level 1,487. So there's your update.
Okay. Players of Frontier Development Space Simulation Elite Dangerous will soon have the option of listening to William Shatner, best known for his roles as a Priceline spokesman and Star Trek's Captain James T. Kirk. As they trek through
How does
space,
that get second billing on that release?
I'm sure that was a joke. Thanks to an upcoming add-on voice pack. HCS Voice Packs, a third-party provider of voice packs for Elite Dangerous add-on, will release the Orion pack featuring Shatner on April 8th. The pack will include some 1,300 phrases spoken by Shatner for use in conjunction with the voice command plugin. Shatner's dialogue will replace Elite Dangerous' default computer voice. I have my DVR set up to record the $6 Million Man whenever it's on regular TV, which is oddly like once a month. And this month's episode is of
Bigfoot.
William Shatner is the guest star, and he can talk to dolphins. So
I don't even remember that one, but it became my favorite episode.
I haven't watched it yet.
Like, I don't even remember that being an episode of the $6 Million Man, but it's even better than Bigfoot. I'm calling it now.
I haven't watched it, but it can't go bad, really. I mean, it's just going to be it's going to be some kind of entertainment.
Awesome. It's going to be 10 different kinds of awesome.
Let's
My
see.
dolphin friends, you must rise up.
I don't understand. Why?
What's the $6 Million Man gonna like with his bionics in water with dolphins?
He runs so
He has
fast.
bionic swimming skills, too.
Right. Is he going to be in bathing suit with those really high 70s trunks on? Just with talking to William Shatner, both of them with no shirt on, talking to dolphins. Wow. Maybe I won't watch it. But anyway.
Dude, I'm fucking in.
Big news for the Two Worlds franchise, as publisher Topware Interactive has announced that Two Worlds 3 is now in development.
What?
Wow. Two Worlds 2 is getting new DLC and a major update to its engine. Honestly, I don't know anybody who enjoyed that game except me. I'm the only person who liked that game. And, I mean, I don't.
2 wasn't too bad.
I don't think
but
people hated it. Just nobody played it. Everybody's still playing like Oblivion or Skyrim.
Well, yeah, it came out at a really bad time.
And it's like, yeah. I played that all the way through. I didn't think it was great.
Points in horse riding, you keep falling off.
I didn't think it was great by any measure, but I enjoyed it. Topware made the announcement on Facebook this week. A third game in the Reality Pump developed series should come as no real surprise, as the first two games have sold a combined 10 million units. 9.9 million of those for $1 each. That's my little add-on. It is still early days for Two Worlds 3, as it's in the concept stage, Topware said.
Oh, so they're just thinking about it.
Yeah. They don't have any money to actually make it, but
Yeah. Nobody's gonna fucking trust them with that shit.
we're totally working on it, yes. I am using that PlayStation cable. I should just talk about that for a minute. PlayStation cable is really good.
That one I brought that up a couple weeks ago, right?
It doesn't have the A&E network channels, but it has mostly everything else. Like, it doesn't have History, Vice, and A&E, and whatever else they might own. But it has all the other ones, and it has a built-in online DVR that you can skip commercials with. We'll fast forward through them anyway. And it works really good. It works really good. And since it has an online DVR, you don't have it like taking up any space on your hard drive of your PlayStation. And it works with Amazon Fire and well, it works with Apple TV if you have that or an iPhone. It doesn't work with Android yet, and it works on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. But I really like it. It's really good for what it is. $30 is the one I'm paying for, or 35, I think. I'm paying for the middle package, and yeah, it's it's cool. That's all I got to really say about it. The only thing I guess that sort of sucks and it's weird is that Sony doesn't actually make an official remote for the PlayStation 4,
Right.
so you have to use the controller. There is an official remote, but it sucks. And it's not actually made by Sony, which is also weird, because it's official, but it's not made by Sony.
Right.
And I don't have it anyway. I read the reviews, because I was like, should I get one of these? But since it works with Chromecast and Amazon Fire and stuff, it's good. It's really cool. So, I don't know what else to really say about it, except to say that it's really cool. All right. PlayStation VR apparently isn't just a PlayStation 4 peripheral. According to Sony Computer Entertainment Executive Vice President Masayasu Ito, his company has bigger plans for the virtual reality headset, like perhaps one day bringing the technology to personal computers. Speaking to Nikki, Ito explained that Sony is considering plans to enable PlayStation VR to function with PCs in the future, but was quick to caution this possibility is still a long ways off. You know, the only thing that's bothering me about PlayStation VR is this. Apparently there is, I mean, we mentioned this last week, but there's been more confirmation that there is a PlayStation 4.5. It exists, and it's going to be a thing. And I'm just thinking, does that mean, like, that the PlayStation 4 is going to be outdated? Because, I mean, that's what it means, right? Yes, they're going to come out and say, don't worry, we'll still make games for both. This is just if you want more power, certain games, need to use 4.5. But, and then all the developers are just going to be releasing 4.5 only games, right? Because they're going to be like, I can't fit this amazing game on the PlayStation 4. You have to have 4.5 because our game is so amazing that it needs that extra power, which is all bullshit, or you'll get the PlayStation 4 version and it'll be all choppy and shit. And you'll be like, why does this suck? And they'll be like, well, we tried, but we couldn't do it. So you have to get the PlayStation 4.5. So it's really weird. It's just a weird move by Sony, right? Because, this system hasn't even been out that long, and they're basically saying they're going to replace it. I mean, I know they're not. It's a wink and a nod, but they are, and we're gonna have to buy another one. Well, you guys won't, because you don't even have one, except for Brian, who has to blow the dust off his. Or I don't even know. Brian, did you get one? Did you get one?
What?
PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just weird.
I played it like as soon as you gave it to me. I played it like nonstop. Like the last month, the last 2 months actually. I started playing Diablo 3, and I'm playing Oblivion again because it's Oblivion.
Luckily, that Nintendo NX mock-up thing that's been going around of the controller is actually fake, and this guy admitted to faking it, which is great because that thing looks it looked retarded. But maybe that's what Sony's doing, is what I'm thinking, is because Nintendo is about to launch, Nintendo Next, that, they don't want to have the weaker system. Maybe, I don't think anybody believes that Nintendo's going to release a system that's got better specs than the PlayStation and the Xbox, but it could happen. And if it does, Sony probably doesn't want to be an also-ran. They want to be number one. So I bet this is like, it's going to sit in the back burner for a while to wait until, because Nintendo's supposed to drop this year what the thing is. So they're probably going to wait and see, and then adjust the specs in order to compete with it, which makes total sense. Microsoft, on the other hand, they're just kicking back and they're just kind of like, we're thinking about maybe adding on to it with expansion capability or whatever. They have no plan. They have no idea. They're just watching cash come in. Like, did we get our supply of cash? Great. Don't worry about it. So we'll see. I don't know, but it's weird. This is the weirdest thing I've seen in gaming hardware in quite a while, where Sony has the most successful console on the face of the planet right now, and they're basically saying, "Hey, we're gonna change it. We're gonna release another one." It's really wild because their virtual reality headset won't work right with the regular PlayStation, which is also fucked up because they're basically saying, "Look, PlayStation 4, this is the headset for PlayStation 4," and everybody's like, "Yay!" And then they're like, and it's only going to be $400. People are like, "Woohoo! Only $400! Yay!" And then Sony on the side says, "But you got to buy another PlayStation 4. You got to buy the more expensive 4.5. Make it work." And it's like, oh, okay. So it's really not a $400 headset. It's really going to turn into a fucking $800 or $900 headset. You just, you get the extra console with it. So, all right, I'm done bitching. So, it's weird. It's weird. I've never seen that kind of activity. Speaking of activity, the next Paranormal Activity isn't a film.
It's what?
It's a virtual reality game.
Yes.
One I felt compelled, this is what this guy wrote on Destructoid.com. He goes, "One I felt compelled to check out when I spied its demo booth at the Game Developers Conference.
Oh, shit.
I just had to know what the heck it was like. I have a dopey soft spot, the found footage genre. You see, and enjoyed the first," this is how he wrote this, "and enjoyed the first 3 movies despite their divisive reputation. While I skip the next few, as I haven't heard anything good about them, I still harbor enough interest in the universe to pretend I'm in a spooky house in the canon. Though I played Narcosis with an Oculus Rift, Paranormal Activity VR was the first straight-up horror game I've played in virtual reality. After being strapped into an HTC Vive, I found myself in a cramped room with a table. It allowed me to maneuver a bit in real time, but pressing forward on the controller also propelled me in whatever direction I looked. While having 2 options seems helpful, it actually led to some spatial confusion. I bumped into a couple walls, thinking I was still in the middle of the room. I was supposed to pick up a flashlight and place batteries inside it, but this proved too difficult. VR just sounds amazing to me, doesn't it? It just sounds like I'm going to be having such a great fucking time that I can't put batteries in my own flashlight in this VR universe. VR Works reps informed me the controls weren't final, which is good because using the directional buttons to select items in the inventory,
basically, we just want to show you that's coming out,
isn't intuitive in the least. Once I finally settled in, I ambled down a hallway to track down what sounded like a music box. A door slammed.
Yeah, a music box. It's never a fucking problem, is it?
A door slammed shut behind me.
I mean, it's a horror game, but come on, you're the whole.
It's like hearing children laughing quietly in the distance.
Ooh, that's
skittering in the walls. Oh, let's go see what this is. I guess it's either that or you just sit there doing nothing, but
You hear the piano go ping, boom by itself and shit. Yep. As I began wandering into another room, a ghastly figure appeared directly in front of me and screamed. I physically recoiled and yelled something like, "Whoa!" Vaguely aware of some chuckles around me from onlookers. I went to another room where the demo came to an abrupt conclusion. Well, that's gay. That doesn't even sound like a game. There's no ghost going boo in the Paranormal Activity films. Except for the last one, and even then, couldn't even make it out. It was all blurry. Steam Top 10. We didn't even do our drinking games. Let's do that. Number 20. Star Fox Zero for the Wii U. Number 19, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the Wii U. Number 18, Midway Retro Gamer Level Pack, Drink. Number 17, Disney Infinity 3.0 Edition Captain America, Drink. Number 16, DC Superman Fun Pack, Drink.
Drink again.
Number 15, Resident Evil 6 for the PlayStation 4. Number 14, Disney Infinity 3.0 Edition. Kylo Ren, Drink.
Drink again.
This is actually the regular list this week, too. This is the actual top 25 or top 20 titles of the week. Number 13, DualShock 4 wireless controller for the PlayStation 4. Drink.
It's a drink.
Number 12, Quantum Break for the Xbox One. Number 11, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End for the PlayStation 4. Number 10, Hyrule Warriors Legends for the 3DS. Number 9, Pokemon Tournament for the Wii U. Number 8, Tom Clancy's The Division for Xbox One. Number 7, Ghostbusters Stay Puft Fun Pack, Drink. Number 6, Tom Clancy's The Division for PlayStation 4. Number 5, Ratchet and Clank for the PlayStation 4. Number 4, MLB The Show 16 MVP Edition. Number 3, Gaming Mouse HCE 5 Buttons LED USB Drink. Number 2, Dark Souls 3 for the PlayStation 3. And number 1, MLB The Show 16 for the.
You're gonna be talking like Shatner soon. Thursday, we have
Yeah.
1993.
Adrift. And then for PC, we have Chronos, Lucky's Tale, and VR Tennis Online. All right, which one of you guys is playing?
It's not me.
Who's that? Is that?
I don't know how many of these we're going to do. So let's go for normal. Speak to Ghost.
Do I gotta mute somebody? Okay, it's Brian. I had to mute him.
Told you.
He's watching his phone.
Brian,
What?
stop watching that shit.
We don't want to hear it.
It's too loud.
We're
What are
gonna
you
get us in
doing?
trouble, man.
They're gonna get us silenced.
Doing a radio
You can't
show.
hear it. If someone's listening to this and like, I'm going to fucking silence him because
Oh,
I
yeah.
can hear some mumbling in the
You
background.
should have
Fuck
full
you.
attention on the show.
Fucking FCC stormtroopers are gonna come kicking the windows, fucking
That was some
rappelling
shit.
out of Black Hawk helicopters and shit.
That'd be awesome.
You are a member of the staff, and you need to be speaking.
Yeah.
I
Pay
ain't doing none of
attention.
that shit.
Okay. Hold. Lucky's Tale and VR Tennis Online. Sounds horrible. And then on Tuesday, multi-platform, Brian's favorite, Chronicles of Teddy, Harmony of Exodus, MLB The Show
Next is gonna
16,
start playing Toxic Waltz and shit. That'd be kind of cool.
Night Cry. That name just cracks me up. Night Cry. Like you're just at night, you're just sobbing.
Opposed to Jim Craig.
And Pathfinder Adventures. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, multi-platform, we have Star Ocean, Integrity, and Faithlessness. And for PC, Super Robot Jump Jump.
Jump, jump.
So, I guess the game of the week is Star Ocean or MLB The Show 16? I don't know. None of these sound great. Somebody's pissed. Oh, I should see if there's anything for Friday. I gotta switch to April. Friday, yeah. PC, there's... I know, because everybody's been waiting to hear this. Stick Bold, which is dumb. And Saturday, for the 3DS, is Yokai Sangokushi. And that's a drink.
Drink.
Okay. Steam Top 10. Number 10, Hitman. Number 9, Factorio. Number 8, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 7, Subnautica. Number 6, The Culling. Number 5, Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
All it does is just kills people. Yep.
The Culling is like,
I know.
what was that movie?
The Cullen.
The Hunger Games, when they're all on that island killing each other.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, it's like Battle Royale. Apparently, it's good. People like it. It's not my thing, though. It's not.
Regular people get murdered.
It's not my thing. 'Cause somebody by now has mastered it to the point that if I joined in, I'm going
Right,
to get killed
yeah.
by the the dude with the boomerang over and over again for no reason. I don't know if there is a boomerang in the game, but there probably
should be.
is.
But there would be.
Yeah.
You spawn in your loincloth and you're like, okay, so how do I move? You are dead. Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I run? You are dead. Damn it.
You spawned right next to something with big fucking teeth.
Everybody grabs like bows and arrows because they know that's the good weapon. I'll pick up like the
The rock on the stick.
yeah, the spear that's only good one throw. I'll get killed by a boar or something. Forget it.
Right. You want to get something like that fucking cool. You get like the vines. You know, you fucking plant spit stars in your neck.
Yeah. Yeah, like that plant from Star Trek that
Yeah,
turned
yeah.
and shot that dart into you. Or that gas.
Yeah. Shh. And you're all blue face.
It's amazing any of them would have, survived with their...
Come on, if you're on the away party, the away team, and you're in a red shirt, you're just on the transport, you start crying. Because nobody ever comes back.
No, I'm not alone.
Yeah, but that wasn't always the red shirts because the fucking poison dart plant that in the apple that hit Spock.
But then he doesn't
Spock
die,
didn't
right?
die.
It
Right,
never, they never
'cause
get the
he-
lethal
then I
thing.
guess he came back.
His whole green blood thing
Yeah, it doesn't-
He doesn't count.
counteracted the
I'm
toxin.
talking about the guys you work with. It's like Baird, and they're like fucking 4 other fucking red shirts carrying your screaming, kicking ass. Ah, no! Oh my god! Throw them in there! Ah, you're just,
I don't want-
planet.
Well, the best thing is the red shirts get disintegrated and shit, but then at the end of every episode, they're all laughing on the bridge. You know,
Because they didn't go. 'Cause it
that's
was the one that-
hilarious,
Yeah.
McCoy. You know,
Oh, well, you're like, you're dead. The fucking thing came and just ate your ass, or you got fucking sacrificed to Vol. Some dude with a fucking orange fucking suntan and white fucking eyeliner caved in your skull with a giant fucking club with shells. Crack!
listen, the lava thing is the best. The lava thing, or those
Oh, for
big.
God's sake.
It's not a lava thing, it's a horda.
Oh my god, that thing was ridiculous.
And he
it was so
mind melded
funny.
with it. Oh, they've been paid.
Or those big furry teddy bear things with those giant spears attacking the.
Dude, those things were. Come on, that was kind of creepy.
That was hilarious,
They
man.
couldn't go out of it. The guy's got a fucking spear the size of a fucking tent. Not a tent stake, but a fucking telephone pole. It's cracked right into him. I'm like, God damn.
Spock just walks up, pulls it out of his back, looks at it,
Fascinating.
throws it away.
Apparently, this is just an arrow. What? Oh, get back in the ship. Get
I
back
think
in
you-
the fucking
yeah.
ship.
I think that other guy's just mad at Spock the whole episode.
Yeah, he's like, it's your fault.
Yeah. You have no emotions
You're
about
green, you're
why we're here.
fucking skin.
It's because I'm a Vulcan, asshole.
The funny thing is that guy, like later on, wasn't he like they kicked him out, and so he became like a scientist. He invented the one thing that like took over the Enterprise or some shit. I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. Something was
Larry.
always taking over the Enterprise. Either people snuck down in engineering and took over the Enterprise, or
You'd think there'd be some sort of
It could
security
happen with
process.
surprising regularity.
yeah, the computer got taken over and took
some
over the
sort of
Enterprise.
gun that just descends from the ceiling if you enter the code wrong once.
Or they
Yeah,
just
just-
threatened the crew to take over the Enterprise. Or there was that episode where just a big green hand held the Enterprise in space.
That was awesome.
Just held it there, like, ugh, I can't move the ship, Captain.
The giant green hand is a man with green eyes.
That was one of the gods or some shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the Greek
That was
god.
Who Mourns for Adonis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
that was a bad episode with the
That was
big,
supposed to be Apollo.
the big
No, I can look it
cat.
up.
Remember the big cat attacking? Ugh. Anyway,
That was great. That was creepy, dude. Come on.
come on.
Yeah, first
I
of
like
all,
the-
that episode was creepy as hell until the very end when they got turned back into the aliens and you saw what they really
Yeah.
looked like.
Yeah, that was dumb.
And they were made out of like pipe cleaners and shit.
I liked my
Yeah.
favorite one was the ones where they got like the 2 crew members became gods.
Oh yeah.
And the eyes were all silvery. It was just like the guy's like, behold. It's like pulling a rock to have it fall down on Captain Kirk, and he just struck this pose. I did this when I was in the Navy, And I got everybody in my fucking little department to do the goddamn thing, like behold, and they make that pose because it was just like ridiculous. He just like have his hands up like he's just being mighty or some shit, and then a rock would fall. I'm like, God damn, that's fucking funny.
Did they take over the Enterprise in that episode? But they did. Children would come on board and take over the Enterprise.
That's because they would summon a fucking crazy goddamn creature.
Or Spock would be downstairs playing the guitar for the hippies. Like, it was just weird. Number 4, Tom Clancy's The Division. Number 3, Ark Survival Evolved. Number 2, Stardew Valley. Number 1, Tom Clancy's The Division. Get that out of here. All right, we got time for a couple emails, and then we'll wrap it up.
We got emails?
Yeah, we did, actually.
Or advertisements. Look, they're writing us.
Star Trek. Sometimes it's hard to tell which ones are new and which ones are old. Ryan writes into the bald, the fat, and the ugly at videogamenews.com.
That's gotta be for me.
It's all of us.
Howdy. Seeing as all you fuckers are pretty old, I was wondering what your most disappointing moments in your gaming history are, if you can think of any. Life experiences will work too, Larry. Thanks. Most disappointing
We don't
life
have time for that
experience?
life experience shit. You're all fucking night long.
You gotta think of the most disappointing life experience.
Wow.
It'd be pretty easy. So my dad said he was getting married again.
Yeah. That does sort of trump just about everything because we already knew something was fucking wrong. And he wouldn't listen. He just would not listen to us. We're like, I don't think she's... No, be quiet.
Whatever we were told in the early days wasn't true.
When this girl I was trying to break up with told me she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Were you disappointed that the pregnancy wasn't real, or were you disappointed that you couldn't break up with her?
But it was.
Yeah. I was disappointed that I couldn't. I was disappointed that it suddenly went from I don't think we can see each other anymore. Well, I'm pregnant. Oh, well then, you want to marry me?
Yeah. Just saying that. No, I was thinking that. I was going to ask you.
Yeah. It was gonna go one way or the other. I was gonna see how you reacted.
Well,
I could just think of multiple, like you're at like some sort of like school event, and everybody gets to dance but you. Right? In my case, that would be me, just standing by myself. Like,
I went to the school dance knowing I wasn't going to dance. That way it didn't hurt so bad.
girls would ask me to dance at the school dance, but not the most attractive girls or anything.
Not the one you wanted to ask.
Right.
Look, man, at least you had semi or possibly questionably good-looking females ask you. I had none. I didn't even have them ask me. All right.
Well, I mean, what'd you look like?
I
Did you? Was that back in the day when you were wearing your army cap and you were kind of,
This is back. No, that was it. Dude, that was fucking. What was I, 9? That doesn't count. No, this is.
You were like
fucking,
in 7th grade or something. I don't know.
No, dude. What world are you in? No, this
When
is
you went
like,
to Shalom,
it's like
that's what
high
I'm talking
school.
about. Shalom is what I'm talking about.
That was not 7th grade, dude.
Listen,
7th grade, I was going to junior
Brian.
high.
Listen, everybody, don't feel bad for Brian. He went to homecoming and prom with some very pretty girls. He wasn't sleeping with any of them, but he still went with some attractive girls.
Me, not so much.
I didn't go to any school. I went to one school.
I had zero play.
Brian, you went to something with an Asian girl, right? Who was that girl? I like that girl. Never saw that girl before in my life.
Connie Chung. Brian doesn't talk about it a lot.
She was a very temporary girlfriend in my senior life. I liked her. She was really cool. I have not been able to keep up with her after I saw her like after high school, and she was, if it's even possible to believe, she was even more attractive. And a buddy of mine dated her like, God, months after, remember high school, months seem like years. And they were together for like a really long time. I thought they were going to totally like after high school get married and shit, but I guess it just didn't work out or whatever. But yeah, she was a cool chick. I just one of those people that I dated, but we probably just hung out still or whatever. But if I ran into her, it would be cool, I think. Although she probably still look good, and I would, not so much.
All
Probably
right.
have to do some explaining.
Nookie writes in and says, "Hey there, Cavs fans. What's everybody's best pet stories?" Nookie, I love you, man, but we're not going to go over those tonight. Plus, I
What,
think
pets
we did a
movies?
whole Midwest Wasteland about animals and pets.
All the animals.
Yeah.
No, the dead dog story doesn't count because it involves some poor kid's pet, let alone that stuff itself is morbidly depressing. Look,
The kitten in there,
that
loose in the
story is
apartment.
great on so many levels. Also, could disciplining teaching your child to be a viable Midwest Wasteland topic in the future? Apparently, Larry's not any good at it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure if that would be good,
Yeah.
but we'll think about it.
We could hear Brian regale us with his stories, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand.
Of
And
discipline.
I could just say, well, here's what I tried to do before they went back to their mother's house, and she told them, don't ever listen to him. He's a fat loser.
Yeah, I don't really have that worry myself.
Just screams.
But I don't really have a whole lot of punish my kids because I just don't have the heart for it. Like if they fuck around a little bit, my youngest, if she does anything that's I find questionable or she has to be punished, there's just part of me is like, oh, I don't want to do this, man, because she's gonna start crying and I'm gonna feel like a real fucking asshole.
Cody, punish the little one.
No, she's even worse. Fortunately now my kids are of a certain age where I don't, it'd be kind of ridiculous. I told my 25-year-old, get in here, because she would just come and she'd be like, fuck you, old man. I'm like, all right.
Last one is Alexa, and he writes to, will Larry ever be happy at videogamenews.com?
Come on.
Says, greetings, VGN crew. Have any of the hosts played both console and PC version of Diablo 3? If so, are there any major gameplay differences, loot, season missions, rifts, etc.? Is playing on gamepad better or worse than keyboard and mouse? Thanks for the weekly entertainment. Keep up the good work. Best regards from Serbia, Alexa. P.S. One thing I have to know, Larry's misery is just for the show, right? He is paid to be the miserable one. Well, more miserable than others. The guy has a well-paid job, bought a new car, changes women like socks, and seems to be partying all week long. How bad can it be? We don't have time for that, but Larry will indulge us next week on how bad can it be with Larry back.
Okay.
In Diablo 3...
I'll make that my homework assignment to have some material ready for that.
I don't know if Diablo 3 on the consoles has episodes and all of the enhancements that they've made for the PC.
Totally.
I seriously don't know.
It does.
I played it, but I didn't get that far in it. I got really bored. And then now that I play with friends, but we're going to quit. We're switching to the Division. So, whatever. I mean, we might play Diablo again.
I don't want to. I've enjoyed it. They had the whatchamacallit. They had the different episodes. If you play with people online, I know that. I know that they did expand on console, where they had the story mode and the adventure mode. And adventure mode is basically you're just running around killing shit, and then we get better loot. And if you have a high level character, you can actually loot, level them up a lot more quickly. But I've played every character class, and I went through it the first time with most, not all. Haven't finished with every character class yet, and I've run through it a second time with some of them just because I wanted to see the difference. And it does actually change a little bit. You get more powerful creatures. They keep throwing shit into that game. It'd be nice if they added another expansion like they did after the last one came out. I thought that was a really nice little expansion they added, but we're just grateful to get that goddamn game. The only thing I noticed on the difference between console and PC is the PC version is a lot harder. As far as like aiming, if you have like a ranged character or whatever. Otherwise, if it's like the Barbarian, which I found the Barbarian to probably be the most defeated fucking character in the goddamn game. Even my Kung Fu guy, the monk or whatever, was just phenomenally better and easier to play. Way more damage. The Barbarian is like you just have to take that one skill where you hit faster and faster, and then both your weapons have to give you life every time you hit, and no matter what, you'll just shoot through whatever the fuck you're attacking. But even so, sometimes those creatures get that one shot and knock you out, especially on the console or the PC. The PC version was a lot more difficult, but I haven't really noticed much of a difference in graphics. I thought they were both, maybe the PC was just a bit better, but that was about it.
Okay, there you go. We'll be back
Yeah.
next week. Is it Wasteland weekend?
Yeah,
So-
so we probably won't be.
We'll see how we feel. All right, that's it, everybody. Good night.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Preach.
All right, guys. See ya.